In this episode, we will talk about working with layouts in the TAO item editor. Let's start with the basics. To add elements to an item, we take the corresponding icon from the panel on the left, drag it over the canvas, and release it as soon as the blue rectangle appears. Apart from very few exceptions, each element that we add creates a new row so that the basic item would look something like this. But how do we build more advanced layouts such as this one, or this one, or that one? To achieve this, you have to know that each row can be divided into up to 12 columns. 12 column grids are common because 12 can be divided by 6, by 4, by 3 and by 2 with nothing left over. This means we can work with 2, 3 or 4 columns. Even 6 or 12 would be possible, and while the tiny ones won't make much sense at first glance, we will put them to good use in this video. We don't have to have columns which are all the same size. We can also combine blocks of different sizes. Now let's see how we can put this into practice. If you are following our tutorials, you've probably come across this item before. While it seems to consist of 2 columns, it has actually been made of 3. It doesn't matter which part we begin with. For the sake of this example, we will add the interaction first. We fill in the question and the choices and proceed with the configuration as we would typically do. Now we get a text block and move it to the right edge of the interaction. When you hover over the edge, you will notice the 2 arrows that drop down on both sides until eventually a blue block appears and the element can be dropped. It requires a steady hand and a bit of practice at the beginning. We now have 2 blocks of the same size, each taking up 6 columns of the grid. We could then add the picture, either from the asset library or our hard drive, align it to the right and resize it to give it a bit of space. However, this would be problematic as soon as we add the text, which now flows over on the left side. Let's go one step back and find a cleaner solution. Like before, we first add a text block on the right and then immediately another one. Then we remove the text from the second one and add the picture and the caption to the third one. Finally, we need to resize the blocks. Move your mouse over the edge of a block, and when the resized cursor appears, hold your mouse button down to drag the block to the right size. All that's left to do is adding a title.